Why should you learn coding? And do you really want to learn it? So let's actually discuss the story. So we have a person, and this person wants to earn a very high salary. They don't know what they want to do in life, but they just know they want to learn, they want to earn a very high salary. So they decide to become a software engineer, a software developer, because they heard that it pays a lot. Then there's a person who's just interested in coding and in developing, in programming. So they take up this particular field of coding, programming, just because they're interested in this field. And then there's this third person. He has already been working in a particular field. Suppose he's a business analyst. Now he's been working since the 90s or the 80s, and during that time they didn't use any such special algorithms to think about the data and make powerful decisions. But these days the market has to change, and he has to adapt with the market to incorporate coding into his own working culture, so that he can make better decisions based on the data that is being collected. You know how data science works, right? So all these three people have the same goal in mind. They want to become better at coding. They want to become coders or programmers. They want to become programmers. At least they want to learn what coding is or how to work with coding. So these can be few of the reasons why you would want to become a coder. Maybe you want to get a really high paying job. Maybe you're just interested in coding. Maybe you're just learning coding to adapt with the change, with the market, adapt to the market, adapt to the change that's happening to the market. So you should ask yourself, why do you want to learn coding? Now, this is important. You should ask this question to yourself, because if you don't have the motive of your learning in mind properly, then you will fall off the horse. Once you start learning coding, if you see come across an error, then if you're not able to solve that error, then you'll stop doing it because you don't have any proper motivation. So make sure that you have a proper motivation in your mind when you start off by learning what coding is. So ask yourselves this question: why do you want to learn coding? Alright guys, now let's discuss how you can start coding by yourself. Okay, so you can start coding off basically by figuring out what you want to do. Alright, so let's discuss this. So now you've asked yourself that what is your motive to become a coder? Why do you want to program? Now you have to go ahead with the next step, that is to learn how to start coding. So coding, this is a very generic term, how to start coding. It's a very vast field. Computer science is a very vast field. There are so many different fields you can get into. So you have to narrow it down. So, this is like problem solving. You have a very big problem. You divide into smaller parts. And then solve it. So similarly with this question of how to start coding, you need to divide it into a smaller component. So with the question how to start coding, you should first go ahead and narrow it down. To where do you want to code,